anything about that, eh, Pads? What's going on there? Okay. Hey, what are you saying?
Para ti, para ayudarte.
Another go at 3 wheels to Alaska.
There we go. Look at that view, ladies and gentlemen. We just parked up the tuk-tuk. We're highway driving in the mountains. Going uphill in the stock tuk-tuk is already a sketchy headache in itself, let alone us being at 2,000 meters like we are. So we're battling it, but we're getting there slowly but surely. So we've got 170 kilometers to get to Cochabamba. That is the goal of this episode. It's a long distance, especially in the windy mountains, where at times we're only doing 20 kilometers an hour, but we've got views, we got the best companion anybody could ask for, we got the tunes playing, and we're gradually getting to know more and more of Bolivia, which is just freaking gorgeous. Vamos, mis pets. Adentro, please.
And these are exactly the 20 kilometer an hour hills, mountains that I should call them actually, but they definitely take a toll on the tour of the tuk-tuk. But then we kind of gain speed, go a bit faster, then we might need to downshift again. It's kind of just an ebb and a flow. If we're trying to get 170 kilometers out today, we're gonna go an average of 30 kilometers an hour. We're more talking 6 hours of time in the chair, sitting, driving. And that's not including the rests we gotta do for motor, pit stops for Paddy, and like brake stops for food and that as well. So this is gonna be a bit of a day, but we're starting early, gotten out on the road early morning, so should be a good one. Come on, you beast. You got it.
Yeah, it looks like it's got a lot more going on. We might be able to find some breakfast. A lot of good vibes. I love houses like this. But we pulled off the road and we just saw this. What's going on there, eh?
It's got some writing on it. I can't make it out. Something, you'll be burnt. I don't know. There's a legend here. I'm not gonna ask. Hay un lugar que puedo encontrar desayuno. Por aquí, comprar desayuno allá.
¿Aquí?
¿Aquí? No. No.
Cocina.
No, nada de cocina.
Ajá. Luego, allá abajo del cementerio rentito.
¿Lejos?
Ajá.
Ah, ok. Voy por ese lado. Eventualmente voy a encontrar un pueblo, ¿no?
De aquí empezando nomás.
Ok, perfecto. Amigo, ¿qué es una persona arriba del posto?
Ajá.
¿Qué significa?
Eso, de ladrones.
Ladrones.
Ajá. Cuando los agarramos al ladrón, así los vamos a colgar diciendo eso.
Okay.
A eso les pongan.
Ok, muy
Ajá.
bien. Ok, bien ahí. Y molinos de piedra, ¿esa cosa es así con agua?
Con agua nomás, ahí están andando.
Ah, ok.
Ajá.
¿Es posible para mí ver o es cerrado? ¿Es una persona? ¿Es un
¿Es
un terreno?
Es el dueño.
¿Puedo hablar con él? Ok.
Anda.
¿Puedo dejar eso ahí? Ok, perfecto, gracias. Gracias. Okay, so the hanging person on the light pole back there is for like criminals. They said that's what we do to criminals around these parts. So I think there's a water well over here. Like maybe I don't know. There's just a lot of water flowing through this spot. There's a sign saying Molinos de Pedra, and then it says we take care of our environment. I really wanna. I don't know exactly what that is. From the photo, it's not really clear, but I do want to check it out. Just left Paddy in the tuk-tuk back there. He said it'll be fine.
Buen día, buen día. ¿Cómo estás? I spoke to the neighbor up there. I was trying to find out what's going on. They didn't tell me much at all, but there's a lot of noise going on. There seems to be these little rocks. It's not rocks, it's corn. So I've actually just clicked what's going on. You got the corn and all the bags there. You got the stairs, you got the funnel, and you put the corn in, and once it's in, it sits in that machine, and you can see it little by little, it's coming out the sides, and it's getting collected around the edges there, and it just makes a little storage vat of this corn husk, this grinded up corn. You got the broom there. I feel really weird that there's nobody in here with me. Like, I've just walked in off the side of the road, but this thing looks ancient, and the amount of water underneath that must be making this thing go round, because it's heavy, right? This is wild. They're almost ready to put more corn in, but wow, very cool. So I think all this water has something to do with what's keeping that heavy thing spinning. Could be wrong though. Molinas de piedra. Like, I still don't know what that means, but really nice to let me check it out. This is what. That's what it is. So that's why I've never seen anything like it, and that's why I didn't recognize it. So very cool. We were just inside there. Gracias. Ciao. Para ti. he wants to say something. He wants to ciao. Es interesante, señor. Es muy interesante.
También es interesante.
¿También?
Sí, aquí se lava trigo.
Lava trigo.
Aquí, sí, lavamos y secamos.
¿En serio?
Sí, de secar, recién al molino.
Lavar todo aquí.
Sí, aquí se lo va a lavar biencito, recién vamos a echar.
Interesante.
Sí, este molino es original, pues, de los tatarabuelos.
Sí, 1890, ¿no?
Sí.
Wow.
Tiene más de 130 años.
Wow. No, es increíble. Para mí nunca vi en toda mi vida así. Gracias por mostrándome.
¿Listo?
Chao.
Chao, chao, chao. Que le vaya bien.
Chao, chao, señora. Chao. Too cool, man. Too cool. What a day. It's barely 7 a.m. You know what I mean? And we're already in the thick of it. We haven't even had breakfast. Oh man, that's cool. Bolivians, so hospitable and so friendly. Off the jump, they just come over here. They just let me into their corn grinder, right? And then they're coming over to show me their cleaner, like little goat there, and even a Bolivian flag. They're so proud of their country as well. It's gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Ah, Bolivia, man. So this is the town that we got pointed off to for like a bit of a feed. So I can smell something good in the air. Families are hopping out of cars and things. This might be the go. What are you saying, Pats? No, genuinely gorgeous town. Tori parked up. We'll see what we can find. Buen día. ¿Tienes desayuno aquí? Ah, aquí. Ok, gracias. Huele muy rico todo. So it's almost 11 a.m. but so there's no more breakfast available, so we're just doing like a full lunch. Comes with like a soup and then a main. This here is like it's a peanut soup. They call it sopa de maní, and it's like a creamy broth, and then they do like the chicken bones and meat bones in there as well, and that gives it a lot of flavor. One of my favorite soups here in Bolivia. We chose the meat on the bone with a bit of rice and salad. The soup went down really well, and the boys here just suggested, yeah, this is the way to go. So they all got the same. It's cooked really well. So we're getting a juice, and I'm just looking at the town. Street dogs are so funny around Patty when she's in the tuk-tuk. Gracias, señor. So we got the lunch and then all this for all up like $3 US. This is like a banana smoothie. Keep us going on the road. Who's just chilling? You are Miss Pat's. We're gonna put sunscreen on. We're getting a bit pink in the cheeks. Jeez, I didn't know it was 11 a.m. Where does the time go? When you spend so long on the road, just time goes so rapidly, and I get burnt for not having sunscreen because I think it's 8 a.m. I walk in there, ask for breakfast, and she's like, "Brother, it's lunchtime."
¿Qué está pasando? ¿Es una cola? ¿Para qué? ¿Para gasolina también?
Mañana va a llegar.
Mañana.
Sí, para la mañanita hay que hacer la fila.
What the fuck? This is like I'm gobsmacked, man.
No hay diesel también. Tampoco.
No. This is insane to fathom, actually. So we're about a 3-4 hour drive from the city of Cochabamba. We've got enough fuel for us, but it would have been nice to just get some fuel in the back container because we used about half of it and we don't have a lot in the back tank. But seeing the fuel station there, I realized there's no one getting filled up, but this looks like a long line of cars. And I've just spoken to old mate. He then said, yeah, the fuel truck doesn't arrive until tomorrow morning with more fuel. So these guys, insane. Like for us, if we didn't have fuel right now, we would be screwed for the day, and we would just be like parking up in a rental hotel for the night somewhere cheap and getting fuel tomorrow and keeping on going. So it's like, yeah, you just go through the motions, I guess. You can't really do much. It's just something you take for granted. There's a line of at least 20 cars, and there's on the other side trucks as well that are waiting for the diesel. We should be fine. As long as there's fuel in Cochabamba, so it's a big city, surely.
Bueno, suerte amigos. Suerte.
Wow, there's more than 20 cars. I'm driving on the side of the road here, out of necessity. And it keeps on going. Thank goodness we got fuel, eh? Far out. Tough times out here in Bolivia. It's part of the reason why at some fuel stations they don't let you fill up containers because they need to keep the locals' cars full with fuel in their tanks. Crazy stuff. Right, so we found a little stop off on the road. We're on empty, so before we keep on sending these mountain altitudes, we need to get some more fuel in. So currently, before we get any fuel, we've got about 11 liters, which is not a lot because the fuel tank's gonna take right now about 7. We've got a liter in there currently, and really that doesn't leave us with a lot. So letting Patty out on the trot, just resting up the motor for a sec, and then yeah, gonna continue on. So we should make it to the city. This is an update from the road. Uphill as usual, chugging along and getting it done as usual. So yeah, we're chewing fuel, or we're chewing bitumen even more so. What about you, Pats? What are you saying? Not much going on back there. That's how we like it. So I'd like to say not far now, but I know we've got a fair way to go still. But the views are gorgeous. What I do want to comment on is that's probably only about the 10th car that's overtaken us today. So at least this old highway, they call it, which is more of like the secondary route, he's looking a bit worse for all. Hope he's doing well. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, what I was gonna say is, yeah, we don't have much traffic. It's safe so far for a stock tuk-tuk to drive mountains and altitude. So yeah, we're not gonna jinx it, but feeling good so far. Feeling good because safety was a priority before, but even more so. I know you guys watching on are concerned about our health as well, so appreciate you all at home. So does Patty. So I've stopped off and I'm just getting the drone organized because we've kind of entered a flatter section of road, thank goodness, but also kind of barren landscape of farmlands for what looks like they're farming for hay. Just cows, sheep, and mud houses, which is a cool sight to see. It's something I haven't seen really ever. Not like this, so I'm enjoying it. You're hiding from me now, bud. I don't know how far he chased us from, but I just saw on the drone he was running, that little boy. And then obviously, what goes up has got to come down. Woo! Bit of downhill, how good.
Ela vai de quatro, ela vem de quatro, ela vem de quatro, ela vai de quatro, ela vem de quatro. Essa é a pista mais. Nunca vi bate, a gata quer jogar. Essa história nós vamos irritar. Passar na lacoste, comprou jacaré.
Hello, the tolls are free for tuk-tuks in Bolivia. Amigos, ¿cómo está? ¿Por qué es hablando que Cochabamba es por allá? Pero esa cartel está diciendo ahí. Cochabamba ahí. Recto. Ok.
¿Cuánto tu nave?
Ahora el precio nuevo es $6,000. Un poco caro por el conversión ahora, es difícil ahora, ¿no? Bueno amigos, cuídate. Gracias. Hey, relax, basta. Holy shit. un poco brava. ¿Cómo? Sí. So for some reason the map between my legs was showing that we had to go right, but the street sign was saying straight, so I stopped off, got some tips, and now that Patty's traveling again in the tuk-tuk, she's protective of it, so she didn't like the guys being that close. Good girl, you're my little guardian, eh? You know, there's no doors, there's no lockable doors, so she's kind of a companion and a friend. She's at heart a Doberman and a guardian breed, so she's doing what she's made for, little legend. Proud of you. Thanks, Bubs. I can't patch you now because I'm driving, but I'm grateful for you. Let's go investigate, eh?